America's 20-year war in Afghanistan is coming to a chaotic end. The Taliban has seized the capital city of Kabul, effectively ending its campaign to take back the country. Now, emergency evacuations are underway. President Ashraf Ghani has fled the country. And after 2 decades and trillions in funding, Afghan security forces collapsed without a fight.
The responsibility for what's happening today in Kabul falls squarely on the leadership, the commander-in-chief who's there in charge, who made the terrible set of decisions that led to what you're seeing today on television.
Former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo telling CBN News that what we're seeing today is not what the Trump administration negotiated.
They decided to pull out the military before they got civilians out. They hadn't adequately planned. And as for the agreement, the Taliban clearly broke the agreement, and President Trump was unambiguously clear: you break this agreement, we will come break you.
Critics call Afghanistan Biden's Saigon moment, scenes of Chinook helicopters evacuating U.S. personnel from the now shuttered embassy, eerily similar to what took place at the end of the Vietnam War. The scenes this morning from Kabul airport, chaotic and heartbreaking. Thousands surging the tarmac, desperate to get out of the country. As many as 7,000 U.S. troops are now en route or in Afghanistan, working to evacuate American embassy personnel, Afghan interpreters, their families, and others who help the U.S. military. Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle want to know what went wrong and who's to blame. Iraq veteran and Democrat Representative Seth Moulton saying in a statement, quote, "To say that today is anything short of a disaster would be dishonest. Worse, it was avoidable. The fact that at this hour we have not even secured the civilian half of Kabul airport is a testament to our moral and operational failure." Republican Representative Adam Kinzinger, also a veteran, released a statement blaming the Trump administration for negotiating with the Taliban and the Biden administration for withdrawing U.S. forces without, quote, any semblance of a plan or forethought into how this would play out.
This is going to be a stain on this president and his presidency.
The president and his cabinet continue to defend the decision for an unconditional withdrawal from Afghanistan.
We went to Afghanistan 20 years ago. With one mission in mind, and that was to deal with the people who attacked us on 9/11. And that mission has been successful.
The question facing the president back in April, and again as we've gone forward, is should U.S. men and women be put into the middle of another country's civil war when their own army won't fight to defend them? And his answer to that question was no.
Meanwhile, during an emergency UN Security Council meeting, the Secretary General urged members not to abandon the Afghan people.
Afghans are a proud people with a rich cultural heritage. They have known generations of war and hardship. They deserve our full support. The following days will be pivotal. The world is watching. We cannot and must not abandon the people of Afghanistan.
According to some house church networks within Afghanistan, identified believers are receiving letters from the Taliban warning that they know where they are and what they're doing. Caitlin Burke, CBN News.